Live from summer camp, this is the Podworms Spacecast. The Podworms are 7 lifelong friends who just got done TPing the girls' cabin. Welcome to the Spacecast. Well, hey everybody, welcome to the Podworms Spacecast. I got really, my inflection got all fucked up in the middle of that, and I don't even know. It's fine.
It's okay, you're out
really
of breath
good.
from running back from the girls' cabin.
Boy, you got those girls good, huh?
Yeah, they said not to waste that much TP, but the prank was good to pass up.
I kind of feel bad, guys.
Shut up, Ronald.
And don't you tell anybody.
Ronald.
I've been thinking about telling the counselor.
God, you're such a snitch, Ronald.
Ronald, I swear to God.
Fucking tattletale. I mean, frickin' tattletale.
Oh.
I'm going to
Now
feel
I'm gonna
bad
tell
all
you.
day.
I double dog dare you to not tell the counselor.
Not again.
Well, we have all the campers with us today, minus one, I guess, is the math. We have one half of the Deadly Brother duo. It's Mike McCoy.
Deadly brother, roll call.
And his deadly brother, Ronald McCoy.
Hey, it's Ronald. End of the roll call.
You have our DJ, producer, all-around great guy, Chase Golka.
Hello.
We have drunk and passed out camp counselor, it's Phil Williams.
Well, I've arisen from my stupor to discipline you boys for one more time.
And our little buddy, that guy that plays the trumpet to wake everybody up, Charters.
Gee, thanks for having me on.
And I am the low-hanging fruit, Andrew Leclerc. We have a great show today. We're finally going to hear the thrilling conclusion to Mike's food truck review. I don't know if you noticed last episode, but we didn't do it and never mentioned anything about it. So that's coming up. We're going to play an episode of NSRG. And by play an episode, I mean we're going to play NSRG in this episode.
Can't wait.
And
Can we play NSRG over the audio of an old episode?
Whoa.
it might be technically challenging, but I'm open to it.
Okay.
We're also going to hear about Kevin's harrowing tale to pick up Chipotle during a pandemic.
Oh, that's a little misdirection there.
More to come with that soon.
Or is it just direction?
Well, you know, I realized after saying that it was misdirection. Now I'm kind of directing, you know.
I don't know what you're saying.
I you know what? I'm so on board with that. I get it.
Yeah. You guys get it.
I'm glad two people do.
Yeah. I think everybody gets it.
Before we get into that, I was bit by my own hubris today. I think we talked. I think we talked a few episodes ago about the fact that the domestic dispute in my household right now is the fact that we have 2 toilets, and one of them is supposed to be designated as the seat down toilet, and one's the seat up toilet, just to prevent the issue of like I have to touch a gross toilet seat and then us having that discussion every day. And so we've been pretty much abiding by that. And despite the fact that we have my bathroom, quote unquote, my bathroom, it's the one that the seat can be left up without any penalty. Okay. You leave the seat up, you pee, you have a great time, and no one can complain. That's the rule. Well, today I sat down and I forgot to put the seat down. And I finally had that thing happen that all women complain about, which is when you fall into the toilet. And now let me just say, I didn't fall into the toilet. I don't know if that's necessarily possible. But I did quickly realize as I hit the gross, nasty underseat, hey, wait a second. This isn't my nice, comfy, non-piston seat. This is the gross seat that gets all the pee on it. And then
Your toilet, dude.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And then I quickly realized I actually built a lot of empathy in that moment, and I finally understood. I finally understood. And so this isn't so much a This is more of like a. I'm advising everybody at home, if you're a male and you've never fallen into the toilet, go ahead and do it. You know, just
What?
Right out.
just set the seat up and just plop your ass down with full force. I want you to feel the plight of women.
Is there anyone who hasn't done this?
I did it
Hasn't
once.
Fallen into the.
I've
toilet?
definitely done it.
I have not. I have 0% ever fallen into the.
Okay,
toilet.
Mike.
Well, I've never
Very-
fell
very-
into the toilet.
I'm very
That's-
proud to be a non-toilet.
But you've never sat down accidentally without the seat down?
Nope.
Wow.
One time I accidentally sat down on a urinal. That was really embarrassing.
What?
Wait, seriously?
You're gonna have to fill in the gaps on that one.
Oh my god.
No, I was experimenting with my sexuality, and I just wanted to see what it felt like.
Yeah.
This
Is that
Doesn't feel great.
that was
No,
bad.
I never sat on one, but I was I've thought about sitting on them a long time. If I had a really
Oh,
tiny
yeah.
dick,
Oh yeah.
and you just sit there and just like wave at people when they come in, and you're just like, yep, I'm
Facing outwards.
Yeah, facing outwards.
Yeah, I mean, well, what would you? Oh,
Just
well,
checking. I just wanted to get it
Are
straight.
you are you proposing you'd sit forwards onto a
yeah.
urinal?
You sit forward, and then you're doing like the jumble, and you just make small talk with people pissing next to you.
You just say hello.
Hey,
And when you ask them for hints on the crossword, you're like, "Do you know a 3-letter word for applesauce?"
Oh, I've been walking around all day. These dogs are killing me. Go ahead, though. Go ahead. Yeah, no, it's fine. You can use the one next to me. It's totally. I won't look. It's fine. Come. How's your day? How you doing?
Dude, to be fair, one time at a club, I did have a man next to me, and I was peeing, and I drank a lot, so I was a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And he commented, he goes, "Ooh, pretty nice," which I thought was like
All right.
maybe gay, but also I was like, yeah, it was a pretty nice pee, so maybe
Was he
heterosexual.
talking
knew
about
it
the
was
pee
up.
stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really blasting, man. I could have destroyed that urinal cake.
Oh.
Wow.
Could have sliced that thing in two.
Dude, fucking destroyed the urinal cake earlier.
Dude, my stream was so fucking hard.
dude. It's like a
Sometimes
fucking
I
pressure
pretend
washer,
like
dude.
my
Fire
stream is
hose.
the Death Star beam, and I'm destroying Alderaan.
Dude,
That
that's
is
what I
such a
do
great
with
flex.
ice. Whenever there's ice in like a trough, you know,
Ooh, the
you just
best.
cut like a line through it.
Wait, what? How many toilets
Like
has there
Dr.
been
No.
ice in the toilet for you, Kevin?
What?
Like, Doctor, no, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Yeah, it's
Hang on,
exactly
ice.
that scene that I recreate with urine. That's only if you go to like a bar that has one of those troughs that they put all the
No,
ice
Mr.
in.
Bond.
Wait,
Okay,
you're
next.
peeing into a trough full of ice? Am I missing something?
Have you
here?
never seen,
You've never
seen
done that?
this?
No, I ain't never done it.
You gotta try it.
No, I ain't never done that.
Sometimes I just put ice in my toilet just so I could feel alive,
You can recreate the experience.
so I could feel anything.
It's
I
a
pay-
good way if you're
I
at
pay-
like a very busy bar. If they just dump all the ice, the leftover ice, into this thing, and it makes it so that it slowly flushes for you and keeps
Okay.
the smell of the pee in the bathroom down.
Okay. it's a
Wouldn't that
busy bar
reflect-
thing.
Wouldn't that reflect the piss right back at you?
It does not.
No.
Well, because the urine is hot and the
That's
ice is cold, so it's melting the ice. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not reflecting it.
I pay extra to get an ice machine installed in my toilets. It goes all the
You know how
way back,
like
and
I
then
got
it
up the
just
day
shoots it out.
earlier, but like you really got to go spring for the ice machine on the top. Of it.
Yeah, just feels.
Ice machine. It cools your tush while you're taking a poo. You know, good stuff.
Wait, what? You're pooping on the ice?
No.
Wait.
That's
You-
terrible.
Naturally, the
Phil, you've
air
never
above
pooped
the
on
toilet.
ice?
Naturally, the air above the ice.
Wait, you never pooped on ice?
Well, now that it's a possibility, I kind of want to,
It'd
because
be
I
kinda
imagine
cool.
the steamy log just like sinks very slowly,
Oh,
cutting
it-
a hole in the ice.
Yeah, it melts the way through, and it doesn't smell either because the ice just takes it all and just freezes it.
Perfect.
Wait, Jim,
It's
did you
right-
say you actually got a bidet? Is that true?
Yeah, I did long time ago. I think we talked about it
I
on
think
the
we
pod.
had bidet talk.
Yeah, we did. Dude, you know,
Did I miss that?
Here's a
Yeah, I
bidet.
think you did.
Oh yeah, you
Here's
weren't
a
on that episode.
bidet, here's an update for you guys. My roommate that bought one back when we talked about that. How long ago was that? Do you guys think?
That would have been in probably March, beginning
it's-
of quarantine.
Still sitting on top of the toilet, not hooked in.
Oh my God. 3 months later?
Let's just step in. Let's just step in.
Step right in.
Let's just
Okay.
step in
Right
with
back to-
Kevin's Chipotle tail.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I was
Just
gonna
jump
comment
right in.
on yours still. Like I was just gonna say, when you fall into the toilet, even though the seat is not that big, it's like maybe an inch high.
Yeah.
And when you sit down without the seat up, it feels like you are falling out of a 3-story building.
Everything is wrong at
Like
once.
you it is the
That's so
most
true, actually.
unsettling feeling. It's a half-inch difference from what it was before, and obviously the rim feels weirder than the seat does because it's not as wide, but
Yeah.
it is like an oh god, holy fuck experience.
Damn, I've never experienced. It feels like when you like take the extra step without realizing when you're going up. the
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
But I've never done that with a toilet.
Like
man.
someone pulled the chair out when you went to
And
sit
on
down.
the worst end, it feels like you are missing a step going up or down, like going down the stairs.
Mm.
It feels like you're missing a best friend.
Have you ever taken an extra step when you're going down the stairs and you just kind of stomp your foot? like going up the stairs, it's like you take that extra step and you kind of do like a big like whoa.
I do that all the time.
But if you're going fast down the stairs and then you think there's an extra step and you go with the force that you're gonna go like a foot farther down and then you just hit the floor and then you're like, what the fuck? It's a very strange experience. It's not like falling, it's like not falling.
I can dig it. Mike, you're close to a toilet, right? Can you go sit on the wrong seat for us and do a little
Or
experiment?
better yet, just go and lift the toilet seat up, and then later when you have to sit down, you'll have forgotten about it and you'll sit down on it.
Yeah, just get
Yeah.
careless with your
I'll
seats.
forget this time. I will.
Just stop focusing so much on making sure the seat is in the proper position and just make
Have
a
you ever
whoopsie.
seen those showers that don't really have like a door or a curtain or anything? They're just so big that they naturally like just drain. What if you made like a room like that was just for a toilet, where you just can like piss and shit wherever you want, and then you just like a
it's
shit
just
room.
It's a really
Dude.
big bowl that you just step
Exactly.
into.
You go out the door and you flush it, and the water rushes down from the walls, whirls around.
I think there is
The
It's
toilet
like,
room.
it's like the cleaning setting on a dishwasher. You like close
Yeah.
the door and the whole thing like
so like they have those in cities, those like self-cleaning bathrooms. Like, have you ever used those? Like you go into like this
No.
elevator.
Dude, I've never
Basically.
used one of those either. I've heard of them before.
do you
but
just
I've
be
never
on the
used one.
floor?
If you wanna, but like they
I want to.
Well,
I wanna.
Well, that's
It's
exactly.
like I
what
want to
I'm
act like an animal. Okay.
Why would
just
I be
wanna-
asking if that's not what I wanted to do?
No, I think there's I went into one in San Francisco, and it
The
and like
entire
they
thing
had
is self-cleaning.
the entire
All of
thing
San
is self-cleaning.
Of course, it's in San Francisco.
Like, so after people use it, like it closes for a minute and just like sprays the whole thing down, and they have an attendant standing next to it that's just like, wait, don't go in yet, and then it closes.
They pay somebody just to stand out there.
Dude, I don't know how it works. I don't know, like
How do you get that job?
I don't know. It's better than cleaning it after everyone uses
I
it.
guess so.
But
What if it cleaned it with fire?
oh, that's a pretty good idea too, actually.
You like
Except
step
for when
out-
it makes the toilet seat 1,000 degrees.
you like step,
Yeah.
you step outside and then you press the clean button, you turn around, there's a little glass thing and just the whole room.
It'd be like that feeling of when you're rushing to grab a plate out of the dishwasher before it's totally done, and it's hot as fuck.
You're just shitting in a cremator.
That's pretty much what. Well,
It's very.
Go
Go ahead, Jim.
Even like Mike, what if the entire room didn't fill with fire, but like you closed the toilet lid and it like locked and everything just like incinerated underneath?
Yeah.
Wait. So it's not like it has a drain. It's literally just like a bowl.
It's just fire. Yeah, you're just
That
shitting
you
into
just-
fire.
Shit into our fire bowl.
Dude, you have to like clean out the fucking like dust pin.
It's just, it'd be just like ash
dust
you're cleaning
thing.
out at the end of it.
like the dust that's scraped into the, you gotta go empty it like a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, some guys coming by with like fireplace tools to shovel out the ash in the back.
You put it in a biohazard bag.
That would be the most disgusting smoke to breathe in when it's incinerating the
Oh,
shit.
got some in my-
I didn't close all the way.
Yeah, but if it's white smoke, you become the next pope. So
Yeah, hey there. You know? That's right.
The incinerating toilet is a funny but impractical idea. The plungerless toilet, I think, is a way better idea. Where instead of ever needing to use a plunger, you install like a garbage disposal in the drain.
Yeah.
So there's a flush setting and also the garbage disposal
A
setting.
grind
And
setting.
and you just grind the shit up.
It's a pee flush and a garbage disposal flush.
Pretty good.
That's
That's
not a bad idea.
actually.
Plungerless toilet.
Yeah, Well, one of you guys tell me why wouldn't that work? How about that?
I don't have a single reason why that wouldn't.
Don't have a single. Yeah, you would just like put the grinder part of it in the middle of the pipe.
Yeah, who wants to fix that when it's bright? So.
Don't drop a fork down there.
Don't drop anything down there. And
speaking
pray
of,
to Christ that it never ever breaks.
Speaking of shitting, Kevin, you went to Chipotle. Please tell us all about your exciting adventure.
Yeah, so I had some free time around a lunch one day, and I was just like gonna pick up some Chipotle, so I ordered it online. And there's a Chipotle that I always order from the app, and they generally deliver it, or I go and pick up stuff from their thing. What I didn't realize is that particular Chipotle was closed in the app, and that it had redirected me to the mall Chipotle, which is in the food court. And I was like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna have to go inside the mall to see this thing. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just put on a mask and just deal with the fact that I'm going to a very public place to pick up food. All I have to do is grab the bag and leave. I walked into the mall, and I turns out I got there about 15 minutes too early for my order. So,
which is strange because usually they say 15 minutes and it's ready. So if you're 15 minutes early, that's like you ordered in line.
Taking them so long to do a burrito.
It was I think poor planning.
You just wrap it in a tortilla, right?
Throw the stuff in, all of it's done already, and then just wrap it up.
Why are you taking 15 minutes to do that?
I think the times were pushed out because of the fact that the world is the way that it is right now. So
the whole pandemic thing. Okay.
Excuses.
I ordered my food. It should be ready.
So I walk in the mall, and I'm just like kind of paying attention to how many people have masks, how many people don't. And I would say about 60% of people were wearing masks and 40% didn't. But I was there early, so I just kind of was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to walk around. Like, I'm going to walk and just see what this place looks like. Because it was not that crowded. There was not a ton of people there. About half the stores were open. And like the Think Geek was open, and they would only let 5 customers in at a time. And there was a bunch of places that were open, even clothing stores, which just felt like awful to try on clothes right now.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
But I was like walking past to see it, and then I got to the main area of the mall where they have all those like big signs where they put ads and stuff. And it was like the whole thing is so weird just because it already is like anxiety inducing just seeing everyone walking around with masks and knowing that you're in this public place with a pandemic going on. The signs going on were like for local plays that showed back in March. So it's
boy.
So it was like, it's got this weird, like the apocalypse has happened feeling there. Cause it's just like all the advertisements are outdated. Only half the stores are open. And I'm guaranteeing that maybe those employees don't necessarily want to be working right now.
Definitely not.
And like there was a family, like it was a dad, a mom, and a little girl, and only the mom was wearing a mask and the other 2 weren't. And there was something about just that picture of that family that I was like, this just feels like it explains everything about America all in one tableau right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really bizarre. So eventually, after a quick jaunt through it and then a jaunt back, it was time to pick up my burrito, and I grabbed the bag and ran out of there.
Did you actually run? I hope you actually ran.
I did not physically run. No.
I
But
hate the mall, dude. The mall sucks.
the mall
I hated
does.
the mall
Mall,
before.
it still sounds like the mall sucks. Is basically.
Yeah. It still sounds like
Still
it's the
sucks.
awful place.
It
Dude, I
doesn't
bet
matter.
Mall of America's on suicide watch right now.
Well, the
Yeah,
mall
America
used to
has
be.
rides, dude.
The mall went from being a pretty fun place to a place I never want to go to ever again. I'm not sure exactly when that happened, but maybe like one day after high school ended.
Yeah,
That's probably true, actually.
yeah, dude. The mall.
Let me-
I hate the mall.
Put this out there. When you're online shopping, how often do you eat a soft pretzel?
That's
I
a good
imagine
point.
very rarely.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
How many times in the mall do you get a soft pretzel?
Honestly, I've gone to the mall to eat a soft pretzel, so many times.
Do they
Not
have?
a lot of pretzel vendors outside malls. I've come to realize.
Yeah, like it's like the ballpark or the mall for soft
Yeah,
pretzels.
I was gonna say the fair or the ballpark.
Yeah.
I've never had one at the mall. I don't think.
You ever been to a Wetzel's Pretzels at the mall, Kevin?
Never.
You're missing out, dude.
There
They're
was a-
I'm not even joking. Wetzel's pretzels, I could probably eat for 70% of all my meals. They're that good. I mean, they're buttery and they've got a wide variety of dipping sauces. So
Yeah,
that
breakfast,
they're
you can
lunch,
change
and
it up
dinner,
each day.
man.
That's,
And then
that's really
dessert.
interesting. I'll have to check that out. Like for me, just the thought of food court from a mall food makes my poop soft, right? Like it's just like, it is a dangerous game. Like I've never gotten like food court mall food that
the
hasn't
most
just been-
dangerous game.
What's your guys' soft pretzel dipping sauce of choice?
Cheese,
Fake,
dude.
fake cheese for sure.
Yeah, the
Cheese.
fake cheese.
It's got to be
Fake
fake
cheese.
cheese.
The fakest of cheese.
Well,
You know, I got like the really German style with like the ground mustard.
I like
That's
the.
that's good shit.
If we're talking the mall one. I would always get the cinnamon sugar one.
Yeah, same.
'Cause that shit was bomb. So I don't know if I dipped it in anything, to be honest with you.
But then it comes with,
I also do like
the
the pretzel pigs in a blanket they make.
oh
What? I didn't know they did that.
Go to the mall more.
God,
No.
you know what
Okay.
sounds really good is those. It's at every mall. The Sparrows, the pizza place.
Pizza?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Big
that
fan
shit's
of
They
pretty
give you
Sbarro.
that huge greasy piece of pizza.
That
Boy,
shit's
could
pretty
I go for one of those
good.
right about now.
The top mall staple for me was always Panda Express,
of course.
Yeah,
and maybe it was
Yeah.
just because that was like the best one at our mall. But you see
Yeah.
Panda Expresses everywhere.
Yeah.
So
You know,
it's
they're
such a
know
they're
what I've-
exploding.
You know what I've been really missing during the pandemic, because we've been talking about the mall, but I just miss going to baseball games more than
Dude,
anything else.
so hard.
Here we go.
Chase
Oh,
knows that
boy.
I've been complaining almost on a
You've been
daily
complaining on a
basis
daily,
about
yeah.
not being able to go to baseball games. Literally, anytime it's over 69 degrees, I'm like, I could be watching
Of course.
baseball right now.
Of course, absolutely. And like I like Caitlin and I were planning on getting like Aqua Sox like season tickets because they were not
Oh.
expensive for the entire season, and
Yeah.
just being like, well, let's just ride our bicycles down to the stadium and get like completely sloshed and come back, like in an afternoon, and it'd be so much fun. Nope, can't watch
Aw.
baseball.
That does sound like fun. Don't get a DUI while riding your bike.
To be fair, baseball is very close to coming back.
Very serious.
They signed a deal. We could see baseball as early as July 10th.
Really?
Whoa, dude, that's so soon.
How many
Wow.
games, Phil?
It'll be a 48 game season.
Wow, that's really, really short.
That's so
Very
yeah.
short, but at least it's something.
Like-
Although
like-
I have no sympathy for millionaires fighting billionaires over how much money they make to play a fucking game where they
Yeah.
hit a ball and run around
Yeah.
the bases.
But like,
So,
I mean, in those 48 games, it's like how many people are actually going to go? And how many people are going to let in a stadium?
oh, this is zero.
yeah,
th-
exactly.
I'm
Nobody
just
gets to go.
Schoolyard ball.
Like what? Like,
It was
and to
meant to
that
be.
point, like, are they even gonna like? When are they gonna start just streaming games online, like as a paid service? Like you buy a ticket for the whole season, you watch all the games. Like they should have started that ages ago, and now
Well,
it's time.
They have that. Except for get this, you can buy the MLB pass, but you cannot get your own So they have it like region locked. So if I buy the MLB pass, I don't get the Mariners games. I get all the other games,
What?
and I still have to watch the Mariners games on Fox Sports. It's so like the way baseball interacts with like all
That's
the
so dumb.
broadcasters. It's honestly, everyone who is in baseball, straight up dumb. I'm surprised baseball.
I don't know. Can we mark that? I don't know if we can say that on this.
Bill does
podcast.
not speak for all the pod.
Straight up
Go
dumb
for
dumb. Everyone
Yeah.
in baseball.
I was not expecting you to say something so terrible.
So incendiary.
so brave and yet so true.
I tell how like it is. You know what I mean?
Well,
straight up dumb.
Straight up dum-dums, man.
I think we're all looking forward to baseball, but one thing that
Yeah.
I am really looking forward to.
That was the most disingenuous transition I've ever
Uh,
heard.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for it to come back. But even more so, I'm really excited about the second half of Mike's food truck review. Now, Mike, can you, because it's been a few weeks, can you kind of just update us to what the whole situation around the food truck is? You know, how we got ourselves here. Just a recap for the listeners.
Yeah, let me give you guys some context because I think that's key to the food truck review. So like it was probably about a month ago now, and this is for listeners that have heard this. You know, you can skip ahead about 20 minutes and then
Oh my god.
20 minutes.
Fuck
I
the
mean,
win.
and then we'll get
You
we'll
probably
get right
skip ahead 25, honestly.
25 and then we'll get right into the review. But so it was about a month ago. I saw a sign in our neighborhood, which is just a residential neighborhood, for a food truck what's so funny?
It's
I
a
feel like I could
residential
help.
neighborhood, not like those commercial neighborhoods.
Yeah, not like the big city, right? Just a residential neighborhood.
Yeah, this is like a suburban residential neighborhood.
Just your run-of-the-mill residential suburban.
Yeah, we lots of houses, green belts, power lines, mailboxes,
Streets.
What have
Dogs?
you?
Any dogs?
Not the
Yep.
warehouse neighborhood.
plenty of dogs.
Great.
A lot of kids getting on lawns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lots of lawns.
Just like it's just
Kids
like
getting on 'em.
SimCity, you have the commercial zone and you have the industrial and residential.
Yeah.
That's the divide, and
Yeah.
commercial neighborhoods have skyscrapers.
If you've ever played SimCity, imagine the place where all the houses of where the people live.
Right. Of course.
Yeah. If you were to look at a map and that it was labeled industrial, commercial, and residential, right in the heart of residential, that's my neighborhood.
Well, yeah,
It's where the
industrial
factory
neighborhood.
workers live.
Yeah.
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 You've
The,
ever heard about
the people that commute to the industrial and commercial areas, they live in this area, which is the residential one.
and just to, not to nitpick, but just to like change the words that you're saying in a nitpick style, I would say industrial neighborhoods and commercial neighborhoods. We're not talking about those. We're talking about the residential neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
I mean,
you,
not to
Kevin.
be
Thank you.
pedantic, but that's you're absolutely right.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, that's exactly.
People who are listening thought you were joking about fast forwarding 25 minutes, and they're now realizing that was actual advice.
I would like to offer that I could also help with context for this story.
Kevin can jump in on context. Unfortunately, the first part of the context, Kevin
It's
cannot.
pre-Kevin.
He
Pre-Kevin
cannot speak
context.
to.
Pre-K context.
Because what I'm about to tell you, Kevin hadn't known at this time yet.
Okay.
So in our neighborhood, a residential neighborhood, Julie and I, we go on walks every morning with the dog. And this one morning, we saw that there was a sign that, like a little, fold-out sign that said there was going to be a food truck in our neighborhood between 6 and 7 p.m. on Wednesday that week. And,
Exactly 1 hour.
yeah, and I immediately got very, very excited, but also so disappointed because that is the exact time that we record this podcast that we're listening to. So every morning we walk past the sign, and every single moment we pass by, and I'm like, if only, we could move the podworms, or Julia, maybe you could get me something from this food truck. And every day she would tell me, no, she's not going to get me something from this food truck. She's like, you just want this food truck because it's here. And I said, yes, exactly. So time comes, Wednesday comes, we record the podcast, and then we say keep squirming. I get off, I press stop recording, and there is a little part of me that thinks maybe, I've been talking about it all week, that maybe Julia would have gotten me something from this food truck.
Right.
She didn't do anything.
Wow.
Nothing. So that was pretty disappointing. Okay, so 2 weeks go by, and I'm lamenting, the loss. And there it is. The sign is there again. And this time I inform Kevin, because that's the sign says it's actually going to be at 5:00 instead of 6, which is perfect because that's an hour before this show starts recording on Wednesday. And so this is where actually, Kevin, you can come in if you'd like, share any context.
Thank God.
Sure. Did we mention that this was a residential neighborhood?
I think we might have touched on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we ordered online, go to get Chef Dane, pick up the food.
Yeah, it's Here and There by Chef Dane is what it's called.
And it's got like a very diverse menu.
Oh yeah,
all over the world.
You're looking at things like beef and lamb gyros, bacon cheddar burger,
Wow.
Vegetarian black bean sliders,
Here and there,
Hawaiian burger,
right? All over the world.
adobo chicken salad, and that's not even mentioning any of the take and bakes.
Oh my God, take and bakes?
Oh, take and bakes.
Yeah,
That's
with take and bakes, we're talking vegetarian lasagna, Cuban pork stew, beef tenderloin, chicken mole
Holy shit.
enchilada.
This guy's been everywhere.
Barbecue chicken thighs, volcano prawns, shepherd's pie.
And if the menu doesn't convince you, he does have 2 maps of the globe printed on white wood, nailed to the side of his cart. They both look like they were bought out of like the home section at Target, just like a piece of artwork. And he's like, I'm going to buy 2 of these and nail them on the side of my truck, not even 2 feet apart from each other.
Okay.
And that's Chef Dane.
Nice.
So
Part of me. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, part of me begs what kind of truck it was, because I'm envisioning like a little tiny pickup truck that maybe he's got one burner on the back, like a real kind of janky production.
Was it like one of those
It doesn't
big van
say
numbers?
Look. I don't want to it's not called Line Cook Dane. It's Chef Dane, right? He's got a full on.
Not short order cook Dane. It's Chef Jane.
Yeah, this is Chef Dane. He's not fucking around. It's a real truck.
That's a full-on food truck. It's orange. It says Here and There by Chef Dane, and it has two pictures of 2 world maps on it.
Whoa.
If Fisher Price tried to sell a toy food truck,
this would be it.
It would be exactly what you think.
Wow.
It's classic.
Like all his branding is like Getty stock images.
It is
what I'm
not
envisioning.
good. It is not great.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least he's
I
got
just like to
Fisher
set
Price
the
on
scene
side,
so I
though.
can get in the right emotional state.
Yeah.
Look, it is not like graphic design Dane. It's Chef Dane.
So if you listen to the episode 2 weeks ago, then you already know how our first time getting some Chef Dane food went. I obviously not to say it again, but I was really looking at that beef and lamb gyro, but I wasn't really sure if Chef Dane was the one that could really pull off a gyro, and so I think I ended up going with the oh shit, what did I get?
Did you get the shepherd's pie or something?
No, Kevin got the shepherd's pie and a burger.
Oh, you got like the taquitos or something, or the.
Julia got a homemade corn dog.
Okay.
Yum.
And you got like a tornado or something?
What? I got a
the pork sandwich.
Pulled pork sandwich. And
Nice.
not to bury the lead, but the pulled pork sandwich was just about as good as what you would get at a high school cafeteria.
Okay.
Wasn't very good.
Chef Dane.
Julia's handmade corn dog had raw batter on the inside.
Ooh.
Well,
Kevin, how was yours?
My burger was great. No complaints.
Kevin's burger was great.
Like it wasn't a burger from Canless, like from Daniel's Broiler. No, it wasn't one of those. But it also wasn't a burger from McDonald's. It was a good burger with Swiss cheese and some bacon.
So what we can gather here is that he has like one of those like flat cooktops on his truck that he can cook a burger really well on, but not a corn dog.
Yeah, kind of. It
It's
seems
like a flat top.
anything else that's a little farther away from a burger. The farther you get away from a burger for Chef Dane, I think the more difficult.
I mean, I was thinking about those volcano shrimp, and I'm like wondering now, how are they even prepared if he always got that flap top back there?
To be fair to Chef Dane, they literally said order in advance online, and I did, and Mike thought he did.
Yeah.
Did you lose that last time?
I guess so. I didn't think it was that.
Conveniently?
I don't think it was that important to the story, but I guess we could talk about it.
I don't know. I mean, it's Chef Dane. It's not Chef. Let me throw this together in 5 seconds, Dane. Right? Like he asked you to order in advance. You got shitty food. I think it's on you, honestly.
I'll back Kevin up right here because, you said the corn dog was a little underdone. I did a little bit of snooping here. I'm on Chef Dane's website, and he has a page for reheating instructions. So what Julia should have done was take her frozen corn dog, bake it for 45 minutes.
Frozen corn dog.
5 minutes.
His reheating instructions are 45 minutes at 350 degrees, rotate. That is it.
Does he mean rotate while it's in the oven, like have it constantly rotating?
He means rotate.
Literally, there are 6 words that describe the instructions.
He means rotate, Mike.
You rotate. Okay. Okay, so there may have been an issue because I did walk up and realized after mentioning that I had made an order and they told me, no, you didn't. It was that point that I realized that I never pressed checkout.
Oh my
It's sitting in his cart at home.
But so what we didn't talk about 2 episodes ago, we've now officially covered, I think, everything that we talked about 2 episodes ago.
Okay. Yes.
Now for the good stuff. For those of you who are fast forwarding, this is now the time to press play again. About
Is that how it works?
yeah.
Yeah, they'll know.
Yeah, they'll know. Now,
Okay.
if you say it loud enough.
Okay.
So the other thing that I ordered with our original order, which I did not eat before we recorded the first food truck review, was a rhubarb streusel cake.
Oh.
This was an additional $5 item, and it caught my attention. And,
Was it an item on the menu or like an add-on for dessert?
It's an item on the menu. It looks like this week he's actually coming. He actually was there, I think, an hour ago. He came back, and it was a double chocolate cake. I did not get it. I didn't have enough time to prepare. But the rhubarb streusel cake, I did eat immediately after we recorded the podcast. I was going to talk about it last week. Andrew had some issues hosting. I'm not sure what happened. But I did eat it, and I wanted to talk about it. Kevin, you also had some take and bakes. Did you end up eating?
Yeah. So I bought 2 take-home meals when I got my meal because I was like, man, this will be great to have meals that I don't cook. We picked it up on a Wednesday. I put it in my fridge that day and then forgot about it till like Saturday or Sunday. I forget. And then at that point, I just threw them in my freezer. but I was like, I have no idea if those are okay. So they're still sitting in the freezer at this point.
You still have not tried.
You waited like 4 days and then you put it in the freezer after you got it.
Exactly, because I was just like, you know what? They shouldn't be in the fridge, but are they good? I don't know. This is something I'll find out later.
This sounds like we'll get another update next
Part
week.
3.
Like, yeah, maybe maybe putting them in the freezer killed all the germs that had grown over the few days.
Oh, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Unlikely.
Yeah, that's how that works.
I'm sure.
I have
Unlikely.
no idea. I have
No,
no
they're
idea.
just in stasis. They'll come back.
I have not opened them up or even looked at them at this point.
Do you remember what your take and bakes were?
I have a shepherd's pie and a mole burrito.
Oh,
Wow, how could you
Wow.
not eat that? You know?
Shepherd's pie and a mole burrito.
4 days in the fridge, huh? Wow.
A damn shame.
Tisk tisk.
Shame.
We'll see
Yeah.
how gutsy I feel.
I'm excited. I'm excited for round 3.
Did you guys get to meet Chef Dane?
Yeah, was he
Or-
there?
He was not there. I only know this because on
Wait,
the
what?
website there was several photos of him like holding spatulas and shit.
You know, you read my mind, Mike. I was about to link a Chef Dane picture right into the.
Oh, please do. I'd like to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to see him.
Yeah, it was partially the photo when I looked it up online where I knew this is a true chef. He's holding spatulas. You couldn't look at this and say, "Wow, that's not a chef."
Yeah.
I believe it's his wife or mother. Hard to tell, but she has a gigantic rolling pin.
Why did you send a JPEG rather than just a link to the?
Holy crap! That spatula.
Whoa!
Now I'm gonna have
That's
this
not even- that's
JPEG
a-
up on my
Isn't that like
computer.
a pizza holder scoop?
Dude, that's an oversized rolling pin and a comically large spatula.
And they're right by the ferry terminal, too.
Yeah, what the hell's that?
Yeah, that's the Edmonds Ferry Terminal, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's he doing?
So they're from the area, I guess.
They gotta be. Well, he doesn't
They're
travel
from the
far.
area.
I don't
He
know
takes
why.
his food truck and travels the country.
I was like, I don't know. He could be from anywhere.
Every other
Imagine
week
if he-
stops in my residential
He just-
neighborhood.
You guys know how they have
We've
the.
never heard of him before. When I lived where Mike and Kevin did, he never came around. So
Chef Dane didn't come
who
around?
knows?
You know that they serve food on the ferry, right? That
Is
weird
he the
cafe.
chef on the ferry?
No,
Is that
he
what you're saying?
undercuts the ferry food.
He just
He
sits
just pulls
in the
onto
traffic
the
line.
ferry and starts
Oh, there you go.
slinging.
He starts up his kitchen while their ferry's underway. Wow.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
There is a long series of decisions that went into
Yeah.
let's take a photo in front of the ferry with giant cooking utensils and put it on our
Oh.
website. And I wish he was here to explain every single one of them
Yeah,
because
what-
I'm
Can
questioning
we get a hold of Chef
every.
Dane and talk to him?
I think this has his number, or at least Chef Dane's, branded number.
If you want
I
to learn
think
more
about
about Chef Dane,
Thanks.
Because
I provided a link.
you're right, Kevin. There was a series
We'll
of
put it-
conscious decisions that went into him taking that photo. Number one, he had those utensils to make sure that people made sure that he looked like a chef. Number two, he put the ferry in the background to make sure he had Northwest branding, right?
Yeah,
And that's about as much thought went into it.
that's it. That's exactly
They
it. I'm
went-
a chef.
they went to
Need the
Edmonds.
utensils. Edmonds, Northwest, local.
Like
Yep.
they the thing is like they didn't like they didn't just happen upon Edmonds Beach
Oh no,
with those utensils.
that was planned.
They're like, let's drive out here. And when you look up Chef Dane, like I think it's like Ellensburg that shows up on the map. Like I don't think they're necessarily from around here. They're like from around 2 hours away.
But Edmonds is his new home.
Could be.
You
it'd
think?
be really funny if Chef Dane and his wife were making sandcastles with those weird tools, and somebody candidly come across them, and they're like, "You want a picture?" And they just took it. Because
That would
Here-
be.
And
Here's
then they
the-
decided
here's
to
the-
become chefs
Here's-
after that.
Exactly. Here's the crazier part. Like someone saw them and said, "Wow, you guys should start a food truck." Right, and that was that.
Oh,
you could
okay,
flip
somebody
so
told
many
them.
burgers with those.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Now, I think I may have passed out. Have we heard about the rhubarb pie yet?
I was about to tell you about the rhubarb pie, the rhubarb streusel cake.
Okay.
Okay, so let me set the scene.
No.
I Honestly, I need some context.
Yeah, like what did you order this with?
We got to stretch it to 25 minutes. We gave the warning. We have to make sure we follow up.
Yeah. So like I said, this was the same evening that I ate the food which we reviewed on the episode, or 2 episodes ago, on the first food truck review. So then I ate that food, hopped directly on to recording the episode, and after we were done, it takes a lot of energy to record an episode, and so I was feeling a little peckish, and so I went downstairs and almost immediately after the episode, and popped it was in a little plastic container, the rhubarb streusel cake, and so popped it open. Felt like probably not a good idea to microwave it in the plastic container. And so I put it into a separate bowl and then put that into the microwave. Put it on for like 60 seconds. Boom. Bada bing, bada bomb. While I was microwaving, got some ice cream out because why not? Just thought,
Sounds great.
we're having a good time. Throwing some ice cream in the mix. So 60 seconds go by, open up the microwave, and I get the fork out. Well, I'm sorry. I put the ice cream into the bowl.
Oh my god!
with the streusel cake. And then I go in for my first bite. It's a little too hot. 60 seconds is a long time.
Yeah, that I was gonna say.
to put a cake in. It was actually scaldingly hot. So I let it cool for a little bit.
Okay.
I feel like I should have paid more attention to you when you were younger. Just because I don't know. I don't know why that popped in my brain. Go ahead, Mike.
No reason.
After it had cooled down, I was ready to take my first bite. This rhubarb streusel cake was outstanding.
Okay. Great. Wow.
Wow.
Redemption.
It was so much better than I after the first meal that we had. I was not expecting a lot. I was expecting it to be dry. I was expecting it to be terrible, and it was actually very, very good.
He probably made that one in advance, right? Just had it ready to go.
Yeah.
You guys want to know my theory? As based on that picture with him and his wife, she was the one holding the rolling pin, wasn't she?
She makes the baked goods.
So perhaps,
Stain.
yeah, perhaps it was his wife who made the streusel.
Chef Dane's wife is the one in charge of what's good.
Yeah,
And he's got to have some hot ticket items. He's got to be in demand, because I'm looking at his food truck locations, and he has June 25th in Snohomish from 5 o'clock to 5:45 p.m. He'll be there.
damn.
45 minutes.
You gotta catch
In Edmonds, it gets better. 5 o'clock to 5:30 p.m. 30 minutes only. Come on down for Chef Dane. You better get it quick, because he's not going to be here long.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
Order
basically
it ahead of
running
time.
away from customers.
Like, people are ordering at like 5:25, and he's like, "Sorry, I gotta go. I'm packing up."
Here and there.
yeah, literally. It's like if we stay for a whole hour, then we have so many customers. God, can't we just stay for 30 minutes and then go?
I have a residential neighborhood to get to.
He works 30 minutes a day.
Dude, these aren't even consecutive days. He takes a day off, and then he's like, "Whew, well, that was enough for me.
Well,
I
he has
better
to-
go out to Edmonds for 6:15 to 7 p.m. at Faith Hill."
Yeah, he has to start preparing.
But if he came back, Mike, you'd get the cake again.
Oh, in a second, in a
Now,
hot second.
Kevin, does this make you want to thaw out that food and eat it right away?
I don't know. There's nothing. It does make me want to try it. All of my food issues are my own fault. very obviously.
Oh, Kevin.
But you know what? I will go turn on the oven after this. I'll put something in it. I'll let it cook, and then I'll sniff it afterwards and see if.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about Chef Dane's food?
You just said something.
Yeah, that was
Trying to get out of
misleading.
it. He
Yeah,
was trying to get out of it.
see right through you.
Ah, you
Put
got me.
something in the oven.
I'll put something in there and see if it's good.
It's funny because we were
Kevin.
definitely talking about a very specific thing for you to put in your
Yeah,
oven. So
I would imagine Chef Dane is open to this proposition that the next Podworms retreat, we book him for 45 minutes to come up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, there's only 7 of us. Make it 20.
He'll give us 3.5 minutes in Snohomish. He'll drive to Snohomish for 3 minutes.
We have to
We'll
order
have to
online.
meet
He's
him
basically
there.
just gonna like toss the food out the window and keep going.
he is here and there. I'm curious if he
Get a
would.
Chef Dane drive by.
We can get him. Absolutely.
you think we can get
Holy.
sponsored by him?
I think we should sponsor him.
No, he's the one. He's got the food. He would give us the food. What do we have to offer him?
Yeah, like what if he showed up in Shoreline for 5 minutes, dropped off food for the podcast, and then just like skedaddled to Edmonds, right?
Yeah.
Wait, so if we
Exactly.
sponsor him, would we just put like a sticker for Podworm Space Cast right next
On
to
all of his burgers.
right next to the picture of the map
Totally.
between the two?
We'd buy one side of his food truck to advertise on.
That would be amazing. Can you imagine
I'm into that.
a food truck that the one side of it is just a completely
People
absurd.
are, hey, what's this? Is this a food truck or a podcast?
I don't want anybody stealing my Halloween costume for this year. I'm going as Chef Dane with a giant spatula and a North Face jacket.
That is a costume you'd be explaining all night long.
I'm accepting applications for his wife. If you have a giant rolling pin,
Oh, I'll be his
Yep.
wife.
Hit
I'm,
me up.
I'm in.
Oh, that's a conversation starter. That's a great idea.
It's kind of a match made in heaven, because they really only call certain certain things in your body buds, and that is ears and taste and podcast and food truck. There you go.
Yeah.
Those are buds.
Yeah.
I like that's. Oh man, what a great connection we have to Chef Dane.
Wow.
We're real buds.
I imagine Chef Dane, without ever meeting him, I would assume that he insists you call him Chef Dane.
I don't know. I'm looking at a photo of him right now, and I feel like he'd be like Chef Dane. He'd be like, nah, that's my father's name.
You call me D.
You call me D.
Mike, how confident are you, a scale of 1 to 10, that if we reached out to him, we can get him on the podcast next week?
I'm about 11.
11?
Yeah.
He's on. He's on.
Chef
Wow.
Dane, I assume, is listed his personal cell phone in the contact us.
Yeah, it's right here. I found it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
His number's right here.
There's an address too, which definitely looks like just a home address. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can give him a text or send him a snail mail.
Yeah. Hey, Chef, we'd love to
Yeah,
get you on
let's
the.
send him a letter.
It's more formal that way.
no, dude, he definitely has a storefront. I just looked it up. He's
Yeah,
in a
but-
strip mall.
Oh,
They-
really?
There,
they're
you can
a
go to
catering.
Chef Dane Catering. Yeah,
They're
they've got a
catering
sign and
company.
everything.
Okay.
They're right, no, they're right next to a Lovers.
No way.
Oh, that's good. I need
That
to go there
explains
anyway.
a lot.
We're gonna have to hire him
Oh.
for the retreat then.
Perfect. I can run all my errands in one place.
Well, if you personally have Chef Dane's contact information, I forgot to mention, we're not going to do NSRG this episode.
We still could.
Stay tuned.
That's all right. I'm all out of energy.
Yeah, fuck it.
If you have Chef Dane's personal contact information and get him on the show, please let us know. PWSpacecast@gmail.com. We'd love to have him on the show.
I mean, I know I would.
You can follow us on all of our social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Podworm Spacecast. And if you like this show, tell a friend. Please. I mean, we're doing well for ourselves with this show, let me tell you, with all the sponsorships and whatnot. But, you know, it's more listenership than ever. So, with that being said, we love you guys. Stay safe out there. And Space fans, as always, until next time, keep worming.